Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, and today I am bringing you some Elder Scrolls Online beta. Today was the first day of this beta weekend event, and this is going to be my character for this event. Her name is Tyla Arden. She's a Breton Dragon Knight, and she's going to specialize in destruction staves. So, here's a good look at her. There's going to be a few changes to this beta event, which I'm unfamiliar with so far. And her main focus is going to be on burning things. And burning a lot of things. You know, I'm going to put her in cloth armor, mostly. So, she's not going to be a tank or a frontline character. She's going to be somebody that stands back and throws fireballs. But the reason I'm going Dragon Knight is because Dragon Knights get bonuses to fire damage. Now what's really good is if your faction allows the Dark Elves, because the Dummers also have a bonus to fire damage, so you can stack up your fire damage bonuses on the racial passives and your class skills. But for now, I don't have that opportunity because they're not allowing even us who pre-ordered. We can't play across factions yet in the beta.
So, Reno, you've been through an ordeal. Like you, I'm a prisoner. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you.
You there! We are escaping. Let me open your door.
If you insist.
Quickly! You must escape before the guards return.
Alright.
Quickly, follow Erdocene.
Just run through this area and grab my weapon.
Arm yourself.
Now the servers actually came up early for this beta event, so I expect the population to be relatively light.
Don't be greedy. We have a lot of prisoners tomorrow.
That's a frost staff, but oh well. It is a destruction staff. Now, restoration staffs over here do have an attack, so they are a viable starting weapon if you want.
Hurry.
An enemy approaches. Strike it down.
So now you have two options, just like bows and every other weapon, of where you can do either just a standard quick attack, or you can slow up, charge up for a power attack. Generally speaking, I like to lead with a power attack before the battle starts and then just switch to just the quickies.
Another enemy blocks the path ahead. Dispatch it quickly.
Yeah, if you know, like that tooltip said, if you do hit both buttons at the same time, you can get an interrupt, but you have to be within melee range for the interrupt to work. So, as a ranged character, that's not actually a very good option for me. Alright. Still get 10 magicka, 10 stamina, and 20 health. So for now, I'm just going to go with health. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and take stamina. So magicka since I'm not going to be a frontline. Alright. And here's the only known legitimate half-giant. I mean, just look at the difference in size between my Breton and her. Too bad I can't marry her. Love me some tall women.
You got more meat on your bones than most of these poor bastards. A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris. What? The Prophet. Ha. Break him out of keep your weapon ready. I'm sure you do. And I'll answer them as best I can. You're obviously not... I don't know. A man named means you're... No. We need to make our... It won't be easy. The place is watched by magical...
Alright. Now she's gonna follow us around a little bit.
The Ashen Mines are dangerous, but they aren't as heavily patrolled as the other routes out of the prison.
Lyris Titanborn is a mighty and noble warrior. Trust in her. Courage, Vestige. Confidence is a beast that grows two heads for each that is cut off. Do not lose heart, Vestige. You are close now.
Alright, now here you're going to look around and see if you can find some chest. I just watch around for chests because chests can give you some pretty good starting equipment. Now, stuff does drop randomly off of mobs, but usually mob drops aren't very good. This is what you really want here, find these chests, because they have the good stuff in them. And this asshole here just ran right in and stole that chest while I fought my way through. You don't really need to use your special ability in here, just your standard attacks will do. But no harm in actually using it every once in a while. Some of these NPCs you can talk to, they don't really have anything interesting to say though. There's a chest. Hope somebody else hasn't beat me to this one. Nothing good. Forgot an iron longsword. I should say nothing good for this character. There's another chest. Iron dagger. It's okay stuff, it's just not useful to me. Okay, I'm back. A bunch of guildmates were chatting really badly and mumbled, being distractions, so I had to move out of the active channel. Get a little peace and quiet. But anyway, as you start running around down here, you have to go up here and destroy the eye, which I've already done while the video was stopped. But the eye is just up there. You just activate it with the E key to destroy it. Once more, yeah, chests spawn up here, so far I haven't gotten anything really good for this character. Yeah. Mace. What's in this chest is completely random. I mean, the lockpicks are nice because you'll find the really good lock chests once you're out of here, and you'll need the lockpicks to unlock them. But right now, the equipment I've been getting is kind of random and useless to me. That's the deep freeze there. Basically, deep freeze equals root. And then once you destroy the eye, you have to come back down here. Yeah, once we're out of here, I can make whatever equipment I want. For right now, just keep an eye out for the chests. Alright, then after you destroy the eye, you have to come up here. And you'll see that the door is warded. Lyris will want to talk to you, and she'll tell you to go speak to Cadwell. Cadwell is this guy right here, sitting on the bench with a pot on his head playing the lute. You actually won't be able to see him until Lyris tells you to go talk to him. Alright, now after you talk to him, he tells you to go through the Undercroft to get to the Prophet. Still looking for chests. So you go over here and enter the Undercroft. Now, in here you have trunks and chests. Trunks are okay, they give you mainly crafting materials, but you know, you'll be needing those as soon as you're out here anyway. Crates give crafting materials. Same thing with urns. Chests are the ones you really want. Trunks are second best. Yeah. These here have already been pretty well picked over. Which means I probably won't get very much here for the rest of Cold Harbor. Yeah, empty, empty, empty. And she just swiped that one. Empty. Which, here's the chest. Iron battle axe. Empty trunk. It's kind of weird how the instancing works in this game. Some things are instanced and some are not. Is that another chest? Yes, another chest. And another ice staff. I've gotten 3 of those now. I want a fire staff. This guy here is trying to kill me. Got some hide armor, which I don't want. Oh, lightning staff. Be a little bit different than ice. Still, I want fire, not lightning. As you can tell, Lyris is very bad about staying out of traps. Just use the M key to open your map to see where you have to go. This away. But even at that, these traps down here so weak it really don't matter. Empty trunk, empty crate, empty trunk, empty urn, empty trunk. Yeah. That's what happens when you play with too many other people on at the same time. All the goodie boxes are empty.
The Prophet's cage should be just ahead. Quickly now, we haven't much time.
See, now this is kind of interesting here. This zone is instanced, but all these containers are shared. So somebody in another instance already emptied all these containers, so I don't get anything.
Alright. The good news is we made it here in one piece. I probably should have mentioned, believe me. I wish there are magical locking devices.
Alright. Unlock these 2 anchor pins.
I give myself that the Prophet might be free!
Thank the divines you are safe. I wish that were possible, but I promise you, when that is the name I have, that is what I've come. The anchors are dead.
Alright, let's get out of here. The way out's directly across from the way you came in, so you gotta go all the way across. Now this is a relatively important room. This is where you have your first boss battle, and
The insects fight back. How amusing. And yet so very sad.
while this is a boss battle, since the Prophet keeps healing you, it's not really difficult at all. It's just a matter of spamming your attacks until this thing goes down. That's almost an unnecessarily tedious battle, because nothing happens. And so once again you can see, since this is a private instance, but all the loot containers are shared, so all the loot containers here are empty. Now this is an important area for one item that can spawn in here, and that is a style book. Lets you craft have a different style than your starting race. Because right now when I go start crafting, I can only craft in the Breton style since this character is a Breton. But if I find a book about another race's crafting style, then I can craft their style as well. Yeah, these are all empty. Alright. So no point in worrying about that. Alright, now where'd the Prophet go? There you are.
The Dark Anchor's portal is a shard of ethereal. Shard of ethereals, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the sky shard.
Now normally you find these sky shards scattered throughout the world, and for every 3 sky shards you find, you get 1 character point. 1 skill point. Alright.
It is time. First, you must act. There is no way to...
Activate the control devices, just like last time, 2 of them.
Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, your children are lost in the fog between worlds. They cry out for mercy. Hear my voice, Akatosh. I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
Alright. Now currently, once you leave Cold Harbor, if you're part of the Daggerfall Covenant, you get sent to Stros Makai. However, supposedly, when this game is actually released, instead of being sent to Stros Makai, you get sent to Daggerfall, which is where the open world begins, and you can choose to come back to Stros Makai.
Blessed awakens once again. Come here. We must speak. As I feared, we arrived in different directions. The voids between the time being. I cannot foresee that. Not yet. But we will meet again. There is still much we need. Remember, the agents you were pulled. They spoke of a leader called Ken.
Alright. Go ahead and equip this ring. I don't really want any of this other stuff, so I can just sit in there. However, I do want to spend that skill point. Now I have a few options here. Since I haven't equipped any light armor, I can't put any points into my light armor ability. Now, I do get Soul Trap now, which is a nice little ability. It's a magic dot right now. But if I have a Soul Gem on me, it lets me fill a Soul Gem if I kill it within time. It's a pretty strong ultimate there. Alright. So now I have to choose another ability for my... See, this is one I do want, Fiery Grip, because when I combine this with Elemental Touch, what it'll do is this will pull the enemy to me, and then Elemental Touch will knock the enemy away from me, so I can keep, you know, ping-ponging them back and forth. It's very disorienting. Let's see. Draconic Power, Spiked Armor ability. This actually gives me nearly as much armor and light armor as I would have if I had light armor, heavy armor. Of course, you know, if you have heavy armor and this skill, it's even more, but... Then Stone Fist. This is a pretty good one, you know. Deal 16 physical damage and knocks an enemy down for 3 seconds. It's not a bad ability at all. And bolts and weapons here does affect magic staves as well as, you know, melee weapons. So for this type, I think I'm gonna go with spiked armor. Little protection's always good.
Hungry?
I'm gonna just sell this guy all my unnecessary loot. I'll keep my lockpicks though. Alright. What do I have equipped? Frost staff. I don't know why it re-equipped my frost staff. Oh, because I clicked on it, that's why.
Hungry?
Alright, I'll go ahead and sell that. And the frost staff is just as good for now anyway. Alright. Now Captain Kayleen over here will give you your first quests.
I have a hunt. This work so. The three folks he's a thief. But there's an entrance off the river. Bloody Bosek. Captain Halay, the screaming Bosek's thugs, deserted the traitors. See, there's a fortune. Ruler of the Red Gulf. If by disagreed you mean try.
Okay. Basically, all three starting islands quests are very similar. You know, go find 3 people for the quest giver. Alright, this is the desert city of Stros Makai. And you do get XP for discovering locations, so that helps move things along rather nicely.
Sitting here, Miguel. We should head to Saintsport.
We gotta go over this way.
This waiting rots my limbs and wearies my mind.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I need to find the crafting vendors, which I believe are right up here, and I'm right here, so this away. Yep, here's the crafting vendors. The Mysticure sells soul gems.
How can I help you?
Yep, you can buy them either full or empty. Since I've got the spell to fill them, I'll buy a couple empty ones. Go and repair my gear. And what soul gems do is they allow you to resurrect, instead of going back to a way shrine, you can also use them to resurrect others. This guy's a carpenter. That's a player. Generic merchant.
A fortunate tide brings you to my stall, traveler.
Yeah, simple bait for fishing, you know, some potions, lockpicks, and a petty repair kit, which is a more expensive alternative to repairing, but you can take it with you to dungeons and stuff. Because some of the longer dungeons can be quite taxing on your equipment. This guy's the banker. I guess this is the vault. Won't want to pick a fight with a big orc like that, guarding my stuff. I'm not sure why we have a wood elf for a tailor, but
Sturdy, eye-catching clothes are a must for any true privateer. You could buy some from the scoundrels here in town, but isn't it more satisfying to make your own?
yeah, elven arrogance. Alright, now these items here are the style material. One of them is required for every item you craft except for food and potions. Let's see here. Since I am a Breton, this is what I'll be using, the molybdenum. Some of it's pretty easy to pronounce and some of it isn't, like manganese, malachite, flint. I mean, this is all stuff I'm familiar with: star metal, obsidian, nickel. I have no idea. Molybdenum. That doesn't even sound like a real word. It might well be, but... Or corundium. I know that's a made-up metal. Bone, copper... Argentinum from primitive style. I guess that's like the Forsworn stuff. Adamantite. Altimer style. Alright.
Buy and sell here and now.
And here I'll show you a little bit of crafting. Apparently I start off with 5 molybdenum since I am a Breton. Alright, so I need some jute, and that'll let me make this robe. Alright, now once I craft stuff, if I have the correct ingredients, I can improve them so I can take a normal item and turn it into a green item into a blue into a purple, and so on. This takes quite a bit of time, but it can be done if you want. An extraction. Here, I can extract from these leggings. This, well, actually no, I can't. This is actually stuff that's in my bank from my... Alright, so I need to go find some jute to do some crafting. Now, I don't have the skill which highlights the jute, so I'm just going to have to look for it the hard way. Generally speaking, most of the crafting supplies are in areas that, you know, would seem logical. You know, you'll find stone around rocks, you'll find wood around trees, you know. Plants like jute and plants for alchemy you generally find in, you know, areas. So there's some jute right there. There's a perk you can get that'll actually make the jute sparkle so it's easier to see. And crawlers here are used for fishing bait. Fishing is a kind of interesting little mini game. I'm not sure how useful it is. I guess if you want to be a master cook, you know, being a fisherman goes hand in hand with that. Yeah, Lady Schmuck, this is an ingredient for alchemy. And just like in the single-player Elder Scrolls game, you find the first possible effect of your alchemy reagents by eating them. Mountain flower. So let's see here. Alright. Discovered trait, increased spell power on Lady Schmuck. Discovered trace, increase armor on mountain flower. I don't want some of that. Yeah, potions can be very useful in game, especially in PvP or in boss battles and dungeons. Their effects don't last that long. Most of them are only a couple minutes long, so you're gonna want to keep an eye on it and just use them when necessary. Here's some iron ore. I don't really need it. But there's always others. There's always going to be other people in the guild who are blacksmiths that will need it.
What is it?
That's nothing. It's just scenery. Alright, so I've already showed you the basics of gathering here, so I'm going to end this episode here, and I'll pick it up when I've gathered enough wood. And actually that's what I should do. I should gather a little bit of wood here before I end this episode so you can see what wood looks like. Look around the trees. Jump in the water. Get close to a goblin camp. Yeah, there's more jute. Anyway, once I gather a little bit of wood so you can see what wood looks like, I will end this episode, and then I'll come back once I've done enough gathering to start crafting. It's a snake. Fortunately, snakes kind of creep me out in real life, but they don't bother me in games. Let's see what's over here. That's a little lizard. It's kind of usual. I haven't spotted any. Usually I spot wood by now. There might be somebody running around here gathering wood like crazy. Another spot where you can find wood is down here on the beaches. Yeah, here's some wood right here. Alright, and thank you very much for watching, and join me next time as I craft some gear for young Miss Tyler Arden. Thank you. Hello, and I'm back for a quick little addendum here. I found a locked chest, so I'm going to show you the lockpicking minigame. Alright, usually until you start to see the tumbler wiggle, you just press it down with your mouse until it starts to wiggle, then you release. There we go, oops. And you can break your lockpicks too if you don't. See, just like that. There we go, and I unlocked it. Barely! And I get some nice little green mace and 7 gold. Not bad overall. Alright, now back to my normally scheduled harvesting. Another quick jump in. See that pillar of light going up into the sky over there? That's a sky shard. Alright, one more and I'll get a free skill point. Alright, back to harvesting.